What's up, TD Nation? On episode 28 of the TD Nation Kickstart Show, we talk about arm jiggle, belly fat, and loose skin. What's up, TD Nation? Welcome to episode 28 of the TD Nation Kickstart Show. I'm excited. Christmas is next week, and you guys are kicking butt. Everybody in the group is working out, trying their best to eat healthy, knowing that in a week, we're going to have a lot of good food thrown at our face, and probably a lot of us are going to be stuffing our faces. So I'm proud of you guys that are in there working hard right now, focusing on your nutrition, banging out your workouts. Keep it up, and the more you do right now, the less of a hit you're going to take next week. But I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday. I don't know if we'll do a show next week. We'll see. I got my brother-in-law flying into town, excuse me, and I'm going to be kind of unplugging a little bit and just trying to spend as much time with the family as possible, because 2015 it's just been a phenomenal year for TD Nation. We've seen more growth than we ever have. Obviously, our programs work, our nutrition system works, because you guys are referring people and talking about it and getting more people involved. And I want to first just thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing that. When I started TD Nation, I was just like, I thought if I could just help one person, then I'll be happy with that. And never in a million years did I think we'd have a group with 21, almost 2,200 people. And I think, in 2016, I think we'll hit 3,000 easy. So I want to just keep this group, so positive. Everybody from all walks of their fitness journey. Of course, we got really fit people, but we have so many people who are just starting their fitness journey. And I think it's so important that we're there for you guys every single week. That's why I do this show. That's why I'm so passionate about it. I want you guys to know that I'm there for you every week. And if you need anything at all, don't hesitate to contact me or the other coaches. We have over 200 coaches. So if there's anything you guys ever need, we're there for you. And I want this to be a safe place for you guys to go, where you guys can go, get the right answers without fear-mongering, where you guys can figure out, learn a little bit about nutrition, learn about fitness, learn how normal people do fitness, right? We understand that everybody's goal isn't to get down to 5% body fat, and I think that's where a lot of misinformation comes from in the fitness world. Is all these articles are written towards people who they think are trying to get down to 5% body fat, and that's just not everybody. So when people get into fitness, they're instantly trying to go to the extreme. They were at the extreme of never working out and never eating properly, and they're reading these articles about people on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. And there's no gradual pace to get there, so it seems really frustrating. And I think we're bridging that gap, which is really cool. I think that's what TD Nation's all about. It's just helping you guys reach your fitness goals and understanding that your fitness goal may not be to get to 5% body fat, and that's perfectly fine. And I'm really excited about all our results. Big shout out to Ivy Balin. I don't know if I'm allowed to announce this, but I already started, so I'm going to. We just found out she won $1,000 in the Beachbody Challenge, so that's so exciting. I don't even know how many people that makes, but I think that's over $15,000 that TD Nation has won because of our transformations. So that's very exciting. I want to keep TD Nation growing. And I know we've got so many new people in the group that at the end of this, today's show is going to be a little bit longer, because at the end, I'm going to go ahead and post my interview at the TD Nation retreat. Phil Naylor did it, and he did a great job asking me questions and kind of seeing how TD Nation got started and a little bit about my story and me talking about, just how we grew TD Nation and how it started as something so small with just a little idea and a hope and a dream that if we did the right things for the right reasons, it would grow, and that we would be able to help people with the expectation of nothing in return. And clearly we are. I mean, we're having a significant impact, and it just excites me to no end. So I want to keep that going. But let me just get to a couple real quick questions that came in this week. The first one is, Lance, what can I do for loose skin? Common question. We get it all the time, especially because so many TD Nation members are losing so much weight, that loose skin becomes a problem. And I get asked a lot of times if I had skin removed. I didn't, and it's not because I don't believe in not having skin removed. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just that I guess my genetics were good enough that I didn't have a lot of skin. That's number one. Things kind of tightened up, but also my weight loss, I went about it the healthy way, and a gradual way. So I was losing, on average 2 pounds a week, and that was it. And I lost 75 pounds over the year, but basically about 2 pounds a week. So it was slow and gradual, and I think I gave time for my skin to tighten up. Had I had something like gastric bypass surgery where, you're losing, 8 to 15 pounds a week, you're losing so much weight, and you're not building muscle, I think the skin is, you're going to have a lot more loose skin, and you are going to need to get it surgically removed. And it also depends on where you start. I started at 267. I was obese, but, some of our members are 300, 400, 500 pounds. Of course, they're going to have even more loose skin. So one thing I would tell you guys to kind of help you deal with that mentally, because that's the big thing, is remember, and this is what I did, because I had a little loose skin on my lower abs and a little loose skin on my lower back, but not too bad. But I looked at it. It was still, you're always critiquing yourself. It's just what we do. But I'd look at it, and I just have to tell myself, those are battle scars, man. That's a reminder of how far I've come and how far I worked to get to where I am. It is somebody that saw me at the pool last year remembering right now that I had loose skin. No, nobody cares. Nobody really cares. The bottom line is I'm a million times healthier than I was. Would I rather have all that extra fat, or would I rather have loose skin? I'd take loose skin any day. Body fat, you're reducing body fat, you're reducing your risk for disease. That's just proven. So look at it in those terms. Hey, I've got a little loose skin, but at least I'm not where I was, and it's a reminder of how far I've come, how much healthier I've got. And then, if you need to consult with somebody, if you've got a ton of loose skin, you need to consult with somebody, do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting that skin removed. For me, personally, I've just never done it, and it's not bad enough to really do, to be honest. But if I was in that position where it was so bad I needed to have it removed, for me, I probably wouldn't, just because I inspire so many people, and so many people are looking up to me and wondering what's possible without steroids, without skin removal, with just working out and eating healthy. And that's where I'm at. So I've just never done it, never had liposuction or anything like that. My body is what it is. I just know that I'm healthy. My cholesterol's good. My blood work's good. I'm strong. I can do a lot of things a lot of 41-year-olds can't, or 40-year-olds can't, and I'm happy with that. So that's that on the loose skin. Next question, we had 2 other questions come in that kind of tie in together. So I wanted to tackle it real quick because I've actually got this from some of my clients, and I see this in our group a lot. One question was, how can I decrease arm jiggle? So, a lot of the ladies have jiggle in their arms. And the second question was, are abdominal exercises effective for losing fat around my stomach? So here's the thing, and this is how these 2 things kind of tie into one another. You want to know how you get abs or how you decrease arm jiggle? It's not, you can't decrease arm jiggle by doing a ton of push-ups or a ton of tricep extensions. You can't reduce abdominal fat by doing a bunch of crunches. The body doesn't work like that. You just cannot spot reduce fat. So how do you do it? How do you get less arm jiggle? How do you get more visible abs? It's 100% diet. You've got to lock your diet in. if you're running at a calorie deficit, you're going to start burning more fat. Your body fat's going to go down, and you're going to start to see reduction in arm jiggle and reduction in belly fat and low back fat, those trouble areas. But you can't spot reduce it. You can't expect to do 500 sit-ups a day and all of a sudden your abdominal fat is going to decrease. It's just not how it works. Now, you're burning calories. You're making your core stronger. Those are all great things. If you're doing it for those reasons, then fine. But just don't think that I can do 500 tricep extensions or push-ups and all of a sudden, those areas are going to go down because you just can't spot reduce fat. So that's it. All right, those were the questions that came in. Lastly, before I play this video for you guys, I've got to send a special shout out. So every year, TD Nation, we announce a Coach of the Year. And this Coach of the Year is not based on how much products they sold, not based on how much Shakeology they sold, not based on how many coaches they sign up. It's not based on any of that. Because that's not our number one goal. Our number one goal and our core mission from the very beginning has always been helping others with the expectation of nothing in return. So every year we vote on a coach who we think has been on these calls or our live calls, has been in the groups, has been helping people, not only their team members but other team members, who's been doing videos for people, just the people that are most involved, that inspire the most people and help the most people. We want to recognize those because they're far and few between, and those are the amazing people in the world, the people that I love, the people that inspire me. In 2013, our Coach of the Year was Larry Shelton, very, very deserving. In 2014, it was Joey Burdick, and you guys all know Joey. And then this year, I'm happy to announce that the Coach of the Year was Alan Turbush. So they get, just for me, they get an award, a plaque, and then also a gift card just to say thank you because, they're doing these things, with no recognition, and I want to give them some recognition because, our coaches are what makes TD Nation work, and without them, we wouldn't be able to inspire people, we wouldn't be able to invite people and teach them all these things, and it's just wonderful. So, question of the day before I play this video for you guys. In 2016, what can we do better? What would you like to see improved? And when you answer that, think about this. I don't want you to say, I wish my coach would follow up with me more. That's not what I'm talking about. I want you guys to take ownership for your own fitness and your own nutrition. If you're failing, it is not because of your coach. Your coach is there for you 110%. They're just a couple keyboard clicks away, and they will be there for you. So if you ever need your coach, reach out to them. Ask them questions. That's our oxygen. We love helping you guys. Never, never, never be afraid to reach out and help them. So I don't want to say, I wish my coach, I don't want, messages, I wish my coach was there for you, because that's a cop-out if you ask me. You guys are in charge of your own results. Take ownership of that. You guys can do this. But what can we do better? Is there something you'd like to see different in TD Nation? I can't make this thing better if I don't hear from you guys. So I want to hear from you guys. All right. Love you guys. Have a wonderful week. Have a Merry Christmas. And we will maybe talk to you next week. I don't know. But otherwise, we'll talk to you the week after Christmas. Love you guys. Enjoy this video on my story and how TD Nation got started. Bye.
Lance Lyle, and I've lost 75 pounds. Well, my journey started, 4 years ago. I weighed 267 pounds at that point. Never been, really big growing up through high school, but once I got done with college and got a job behind a desk, I just slowly started to put on the pounds, 5 pounds a year, over 10 years, just kind of crept up on me. And started noticing pains in my feet and my back, constant migraines. Went in for sleep apnea tests. I was having problems with staying awake during the day and that kind of thing. And one particular visit to the doctor, she was worried that I had type 2 diabetes. So she ran tests and I didn't, but she warned me that I was becoming very overweight. And I knew I was getting heavy, but I just didn't see myself as big as I was. A couple weeks later, we took a family vacation to Disney World. And while we were there, I noticed I was just having a really hard time keeping up with my daughters. Everything just really made me tired. Rather than going to the parks, by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, all I wanted to do was go home to the hotel and go to sleep. So one night we went to watch fireworks, and I was just exhausted and felt horrible, had pains everywhere. And told my wife that night when we got back to the hotel, when we get home, I've got to do something different for you and the girls, or else, I don't know what could happen. I don't know how long. I'm relatively healthy as far as my blood pressure and cholesterol goes, but you never know if you're going to have a heart attack or something else. When we got home, I had seen the P90X infomercial a million times, and ended up buying it and started doing it and started following the meal plan and just started losing weight. And I actually posted when I started P90X, I was really embarrassed by my day 1 photographs, like super embarrassed about them. And I really kind of posted for everyone to know, just to kind of hold myself accountable. And say, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to prove, really I was trying to prove if P90X worked or not, because I didn't believe that, the before and after pictures that I had seen. So I started a little blog and just kind of started posting my journey. And after the first month, I saw my day 1 and day 30 photos, and I was like, holy crap, I can really see a difference. And so even though I said I was never going to show my day 1 photos, I posted them for the world to see. And I had some of my friends make fun of me, but a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, I had a few people contact me and tell me that inspired them. And so I just kept going. And the day 60 photos really blew my mind, and the day 90s, I couldn't believe what I was looking at in 90 days. So I kept up with it. I started helping other people online. I didn't have a lot of people, like 2 or 3, but I wasn't helping people for money. I just wanted to share what I was doing, because when I was overweight, I didn't think losing weight was possible. I really didn't. I had tried a ton of different things. At one point, I was running 20 miles a week, preparing for a half marathon, and I wasn't losing weight, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I just chalked it up to, I'm just going to be heavy the rest of my life. So I really empathized with people who were trying to lose weight and really felt hopeless and felt like they couldn't lose weight. So I was like, I'm going to help people. So I started helping people, and then my mother came over on Halloween, and I had a few people contact me asking me to be a Beachbody coach. And I didn't know much about Beachbody coaching, but I thought I knew a lot about it, and I didn't like what I thought I knew about it. So I kept telling all these people that were asking me to become a Beachbody coach that no, I'm not interested. And my mom was over. I said, man, these people keep bothering me about being a Beachbody coach. And my mom said, well, why don't you do it? You use the products, and they work, and you're helping people already. And so I said, well, I'll email a few people and get a little bit more information about it. So the first couple people I emailed, I really didn't like them, so I said no. And luckily, the third guy I talked to sent me a message back, and he said, if you're getting into this to help people, then it's a wonderful thing. If you're getting into this because you think you're going to make millions of dollars, then you're not doing it for the right reasons, and you're probably not going to be happy with what you're doing. So I loved that, because I had a full-time job. I didn't really, I didn't expect what we've created to go anywhere. I just thought I'd help a few people. So I signed up to be a Beachbody coach, and it took me 6 months to sell my first program. I sold P90X to my mom, which doesn't even really count, I don't think. The 7th month, I sold P90X to my sister. But it didn't matter because I had one guy that I was actually helping, and his name's Theo Ansa. He's from Atlanta, Georgia, and he ended up losing 109 pounds. So that one client, I was helping him, and he was following up with me and asking me questions, so I was really, really enjoying it. And, about 2 years into it, we discovered that, one-on-one help was great, but starting online Facebook groups really was what kept people motivated, because in the journey of weight loss, there's so many ups and downs, and usually when people have the down periods, they let that snowball into a long-term thing and they give up. But with the online support groups, there's such a community and family experience there, and people can lean on each other when they need help. And just knowing that other people struggle too, and it's okay to struggle. You don't have to be perfect, because when everyone gets into this weight loss journey, they feel like you have to be perfect. You just feel like you do, and if you screw up, then why even do it anymore? So the online Facebook groups just really helped with the community, and TD Nation just started to grow and duplicate, and double and triple and quadruple in size. And now it's when we used to struggle, this is serious, we used to struggle to get 5 people in a group, and we'd have 5 people and we'd run a group for just 5 people, and now we've got groups of 1,700, so it's pretty amazing. When I started P90X, I was 267 pounds, and after 1 year, I lost 75 pounds and got down to 192. I was contacted by P90X to film for an infomercial, and then I was also contacted by Men's Fitness Magazine and featured as a success story in Men's Fitness Magazine, which was really cool. So. The reason I started TD Nation was mainly because I empathized with people who were overweight, and I really felt like there were a lot of people out there just like me who don't feel weight loss is possible, and they feel like whatever they do, their body is just meant to be bigger, and they're just in a very hopeless place. And I know that I was in that place, and I know that what I did works, and I've taught so many people. We've had so many people lose over 100 pounds, and people who were in that same position who also felt very hopeless. So I feel like I have a real responsibility to just pay it forward and help other people. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with an amazing support system that can help you get through those lows and help you celebrate the highs. Our coaches, the coaches on TD Nation are amazing. When I started TD Nation, I told my wife that I was not going to do this for the money. We were just going to help people, and whatever happens, happens. And that I was only going to ask people to coach who I felt, number 1, loved the products, number 2, were positive, and number 3, had it in their heart to help other people. So those have been the only types of people that I've ever personally reached out to and asked to become a coach on our team. And I think that's why TD Nation is so amazing, because every single one of the coaches wants nothing more than to help people, and they help people with the expectation of nothing in return. And that to me is amazing. There just aren't a lot of people in the world like that. My why is very simply to be around for the people I love who count on me. That's as simple as I can put it. I mean, my wife and kids are what drive me to work out every day, to eat healthy most of the time. That was my why in the beginning, and it's still part of my why, but my why has shifted, and like I said, it's still part of my why, but more than anything, my why now is being there for TD Nation. You know, I can't ever slack off on nutrition and workouts and lead all these amazing people who are trying to do the same thing. So in the beginning, my why was being there for my wife and kids. I've accomplished that. Now my why has totally shifted to pouring everything I have into our coaches and helping them, and pouring everything into TD Nation community and helping them reach their goals. Mind blown. I mean, yeah, totally. I've just, you know, there's times at the retreat where I just stand around and look, and I'm just like, can't believe this is happening. I can't believe it. I mean, the retreat wasn't even my idea. The retreat was, you know, somebody in the group, I don't even remember who it was, to be honest with you, but somebody mentioned we should have a retreat. And I thought, yeah, sure, no, you know, we'd get 5 people here. And everybody jumped on it and said, yeah, let's do it. And so we started planning it. And it's amazing to see people come from Canada and California and, you know, all over the United States to meet people that, you know, that are really like family to them, that have just supported them over the years. To meet people like Steve Foster, who's lost over 140 pounds, and, you know, not knowing him personally, but helping him online for years, and people like Brian Beam, and it's amazing to see. And then it's also amazing to see, you know, people that I went to high school with, like Larry, really have such a passion for helping people, and also have his own team of coaches and people that look up to him, and it's just an amazing thing. I just sit back and watch everybody like mingle, and I'm just like, this is the coolest thing ever. It's awesome. Yeah. Just everybody supporting each other. It's just awesome. It's like, why can't you have more of that in the world, you know?